Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another pre-market watch list today. So good morning to everybody. Oh, let me turn this volume down. So Cooley, thank you again for tuning in, my man. You're always here. I appreciate that. Robert, how's it going? Daniel, Tammy, oh, Tesla 3, what's going on, my man? So yesterday was a pretty good day. Wasn't so spot on with some of the calls, unfortunately. The only one that really what was it? The only one that really worked out as anticipated was L Brands, LB, which ended up fading out all day. WSM, Williams Sonoma ended up having a really good day. What else do we have on there? WSM, LB. Yeah, either way. So they were kind of all over the place. Unfortunately, L Brands is one of the ones that worked out pretty well. I know a lot of people are following Cron, you know. So you guys remember a while back when I was telling you to watch Cron for a breakout over its trend line? Well, it kind of dipped below, and I didn't, I'm not going to take full credit for that. I did say that there's a strong chance it would break out, but that was all because of the good earnings, right? If it didn't have good earnings, it wouldn't have broke out like it did. So I won't take full credit for that because I didn't anticipate or wasn't anticipating their earnings being the catalyst that really finally pushed it upwards. I was playing technical, so yeah, I'll say I'll take some credit, but not full, because it was primarily the earnings play or their earnings report that really kind of drove that price up. So I'm not going to take full credit for that one, but it is working out pretty well. So for those of you that are catching some of it, really good job. I haven't been trading it, unfortunately. I missed the initial breakout and the initial move, so at this point, I'm not trading Cron. So we'll see if Bob recovers. There's no guarantee, but I mean, of course, I'd keep an eye on it for sure. So we're going to get ahead and start sharing the screen. So again, today is going to be a day where I'm primarily going to be focusing on the earnings plays for the day. I don't see many other plays in that. So let me go ahead and start sharing the screen for you guys. 1 second. That's the one. All right, let me get back over to here. All right, guys. So first one that will be on the watch list is probably going to be, I'm kind of liking this stock, TLRY, I'm liking this this IPO from a few weeks back. Now, I know a bunch of people had been trading it, and they're like, TLRY is ripping. So I've been following a little bit, watching it go through this choppy consolidation where people have been trying to short it down. I think what has happened is a lot of people have, let me grab my drawing tools 1 second. I know a lot of people have been trying to get this to drop, right? So a lot of people have been trying to push this down, and it's failing. And now it's starting to break up and over this trend line from its high at 41.75 and down. So I think we're probably going to get a little bit of a push in this direction today as we're starting to kind of break out of this pattern. So you can see I have this trend line from 41.75 down, and then from this lows up, we're starting to pop out of this. So I think we're going to get an upwards momentum push, probably squeezing out a few short sellers a day along with some breakout buyers and things like that. So going to be watching TLRY closely today as it's that new IPO. I think it might have some room to run and even test the previous 52-week high today. So going to be watching TLRY closely. So that's going to be one on the watch list. All these red lines you see are just all resistance lines, in which I would recommend you kind of marking off. So really, you're just going to mark a resistance line at every little pop that it's had in the past kind of week. So one there, one on top of here, here. So just kind of mark your resistance lines on all these previous high points, and that might give you a kind of good area to judge some resistance levels, okay? So just simply on TLRY, and then if we look at like a 180-day chart, you can kind of see that now as it may become more clear. It was in a little bit of a bullish pennant, and now it's kind of breaking that. So I think we're going to flag up, and we might even break 41.75 today on TLRY. So I would keep close eye on this. With it being a new IPO, with a lot of people maybe coming in on this pennant here trying to short it. We might squeeze them out today. So I think there's an upwards move coming on this. All right. Now, next one on the list will be ADSK or ADSK. Here, let me get into it. So I'm not super crazy about ADSK. It's an earnings play that's gapped up, and now it's just kind of hanging out. So from looking at past earnings plays, this one tends to kind of gap in the direction, or when it gaps up, it usually kind of moves a few points in that direction for the day. So this is one just simply to watch. The volume isn't super high either, right? We look at the volume, and the volume's not super high here. So what I would do with ADSK is probably, I would probably look for a pullback before trying to attempt a long bias trade here on this stock. Right, so it's up at 150. I'd probably look for it to try and pull back closer to this previous high pop. Right there would be good, or maybe even a little bit higher, right around here, probably about maybe even 49. So I think it's just too high right now. It could run out of the gates, but if I were to trade this long bias, it would have to be seeing it pull back or wash out of the gates, and then go for a dip buy, something like that. It has to give back some of the gains that it's made pre-market for me to like it for a long, just because, it's up from 135 to 150. So it's up $15 a share from yesterday, right? So there's probably a lot of people that are going to look to sell some here at market open just to kind of lock in some money and lock in some profits, So I would assume that there's probably going to be a little bit of a pullback at the beginning of the bell market open before we start maybe pushing up higher. Okay, so just kind of keeping an eye there on ADSK. Also, ADSK, if you look at the yearly charts, into a 52-week high. So now you have to go for your resistance levels based off of every 50 cent and whole dollar mark at this point. Andrew, how did I get started trading? I would say the reason I really got started into investing and trading was primarily because of my dad. He's a smart dude, told me about investing and saving your money for retirement and how to compound interest and become wealthy through saving, investing, and then that led to me having an interest in trading, and the rest was history from there. ROST. ROST is the next one on the watch list. So it's about a $100 stock. It had earnings today. Again, the volume isn't all that great, but ROST is a pretty big stock, and it can see good movement. And I think with the earnings day, this might provide us some opportunity at some point to trade this. The only thing I don't like about it is that it's getting really kind of choppy, right? It gapped down, bounced up, dropped back down, bounced back up. So it's kind of all over the place right now. And I do want to say this, that just because a stock has low volume pre-market doesn't necessarily mean it won't be good to trade during the day. I've come across many stocks that had low volume during pre-market trading sessions that end up being really good traders for the day. And vice versa, right? When you're looking at a very popular, big, well-known stock, especially on earnings days, their chart can look really good, and then they end up trading really choppy, right? And that's because a lot of times the bigger names get overcrowded with traders, and it causes a very choppy day versus these low volume stocks, right? When they're less crowded, sometimes they can favor a direction very nicely. So again, going to be keeping an eye on ROST here. As you can see so far, ROST had a pre-market resistance at about $92. It's currently moving back up towards that $92 mark. So if it rejects this $92 mark, I'll probably look to enter short on ROST today. So for me, ROST is a short bias trade. All right. A couple things that could happen, right? We could pop to 92, roll, and then dump, right? We may not even get to 92. It might just roll right now off of this 200 moving average. It could, in fact, break up over 92 and pop all the way to 94, which would be right about here, and then roll over. We've seen that happen a couple times. So there's a lot of possibilities when the chart looks like that. Okay, so this might be more of a challenging trade for some of you guys. So if you want, just kind of stay away from that one. Bo, to join our so for any of you that are looking to actually join into our private group, you're going to have to follow the first link in the description of this video. That'll take you to our website, where you're then allowed to join into the trading course, which also comes with a private chat room and a private live trading room. And we also provide trade idea scanners so that way you can find stocks pre-market. You can use our high-a-day momentum scanner to find penny stocks that are moving. You can use our reversal scanners to find stocks that are getting ready to bounce or stocks that are getting ready for a short. So a lot of tools at your disposal when you join our team. If you're kind of on the edge, I always recommend just joining into our free chat room. There's also a link in the description for that. That will allow you to talk to our members that are already currently premium members, and they can give you some insight on some of the services we offer and mentoring and guidance that we can offer you guys. So if you're kind of on the edge, not sure, just go to our free chat room and just talk to our premium members. That way you don't have to hear the sales pitch from me, and you can hear it from someone who's currently going through our program and in our live trading room. All right, so we're going to finish here with ROST, and we're going to move forward to the last stock on my watch list, which is SPLK. So SPLK, another earnings play that's gapping up. So it gapped from 107 to 119, so up about $12 a share pre-market. Or wait, is that right? Yeah, 107, 119. Yeah, okay. So it's up about $12 a share pre-market. So far, it doesn't really show signs of wanting to go higher, no real signs of wanting to go lower. It's basically just trading right in the middle. So it's just trading in the middle of its range, where you can see that it's popped up, it's come down, it's popped back up, and it's come down. So right now, it's just kind of channeling back and forth. So this one might be a little bit more challenging for some to trade. But what I would say is we are currently on a little bit of a downtrend from the aftermarket high and down. You can see it's kind of downtrending there, okay? It does have a support built up at about 113. So maybe watch for an initial sell-off, just like what was the other one? ADSK. So watch for maybe an initial drop to test support and then a dip buy. So you might be able to get short initially, but then thereafter it might be a dip buy opportunity, okay? So again, just watching earnings plays today. I'll also keep an eye on Netflix and Tesla and a few other stocks. So you got Netflix, Tesla. You know, I'm going to keep an eye on Baba. I'm going to keep an eye on Twitter. I always keep an eye on the market. I'm always keeping an eye and my ear out and eyes out for, you know, other stocks that aren't on the watch list. But these are usually start off as my main focus. And if they don't provide any good opportunity, then I'll usually channel my energy towards some bigger blue chip stocks and things like that. Okay. Let's see. Link not working. Which so anyways, that kind of covers the watch list there for you guys. 1 second. All right, so that finishes kind of the little watch list there. So someone said the link is not working. Which link are you referring to? Is it the website link or is it our chat room link? Let's see. Okay, you know what? That's okay. Yeah, let me, Ahmed. I will fix that link here in a few minutes, and then I'll fix that up for you. Okay. So the big spike in after-hours trading. So someone was asking about that big spike on Alibaba and after-hours trading. So, you know, I don't necessarily. So there's always a theory. There's always a theory that I've had in place where it's, you know, let me put it this way, if somehow somebody knew Alibaba was going to continue to the downside, the best way to get a good price? Would it be somehow manipulate the price up really high and then enter a short position, bring it back down? But really what I do believe is happening is that some big institutional position or somehow, some way, someone is trying to exit their position, and what they normally probably do is just market out a big position, and it just flies up. I've never known what that is. Never met anybody that could explain it to me. It's probably one of those secretive things in the market that no one will ever really know unless you get on the inside. But so I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I have theories, but what good's there's a theory doesn't do you any good, really. So Adelia, CLS, your question, will you get access to scanners right away after enrolling into your course? Yes, once you enroll into our course, you can log in, and then what you have to do is you'll go to the first section. It's probably the second section available in our course. It'll be labeled as live trading room introduction, or how to enter our live trading room. And that will have a link in that section. Once you follow into the link, it will bring you into our live trading session, which then also has our trade idea scanners so that you can view them and take the stocks off of them as the day progresses. Other than that, guys, that's really all I have for you. I will see you not tomorrow. I always say that. I always say that on the weekend. So I won't see you tomorrow because it'll be the weekend. But I will see you on Monday morning for a new watch list. I will have today's live trading session uploaded onto YouTube once we get done and things like that. Other than that, that's all I have for you guys. So again, guys, I can't show, that'd be weird. I couldn't really do that. Again, guys, it's the link to our website, it's literally the first link in the description of this video. You click that, you can join our private group. Once you have joined, you may log in and go through our stock trading course. In that, we'll have directions how to join our live trading room throughout market hours that also has the stock scanners available. So kind of a few steps there. Other than that, guys, I will see you for the recap today. Take care and stay green, okay? Maybe I can get off.